Please join me in welcoming Leslie Loh from Red Dot Ventures.
Okay, just a little bit on my background. I built System Access from a one-man to 500 people, and I sold it 5-6 years back for more than $100 million. It was probably the largest exit in Singapore until Vicky came along, I think a couple of weeks back, for 200 million US. It's good for them. So throughout the journey, obviously you learn a lot, and you felt that at a certain point in your life, you actually want to be a coach rather than the captain on the field running. And so I set up Red Dot Venture, in fact, only about 15 months back. We are among the approved TIS incubator. So we invest generally minimum, actually about $589,000. We go up to $1 million, generally not more than that. We did quite a few deals since 16-18 months back. We have done 16 deals, average once a month. And our goal is to do about 50 within the next 3 to 4 years. The fund size entirely is my money, $20 million. Generally, do the first stage, seed stage, and I do follow on with some follow-on Series A for some of my investee company. Our criteria is that generally, I believe, to be a successful startup, you need to have 10% strategy, but really 90% execution. So the first thing that we look at is the strategy correct? So that tend to be, is it a differentiated product? If the product is not among the only one in that segment, we probably pass. That's generally not a problem. A lot of companies we see in Singapore, they tend to be quite unique in their space. 8 out of 10 that we reject. In fact, we see about 20 companies every month. We invest in one. And the rejection, 80% of them is because it's not a scalable product. It's easier to be unique because maybe nobody wants to be in that space anyway. But really, when you want to scale, the question is it scalable? Is it profitable? If you can't make it profitable in your engagement with the customer, you probably can't scale it. So Singapore has some disadvantage, really, is the size of the market. And generally, it can be quite scientific. You make all the computation, and generally, rarely you get this product get into a scalable market. So strategy is important. Obviously, people is just as important. Although I say that 10% is strategy, it sounded not important, but it's really important to us, is strike out. Because if you don't get that strategy right, you're not going to be able to even try to execute. You put me in the wrong place, I'll fail if the strategy is wrong. But having said that, having the right strategy doesn't mean that you'll be successful. So 90% is going to be execution. So as an angel investor, as a VC group, one of the key differentiation we want to build is the ability for us to help our company to build their talent. In fact, I would like to offer each of you to help you actually to build your team, train your team, courtesy of Singapore government. In fact, every person that we help you to recruit will be able to pay you $23,000 for every individual that you recruit. How it works out is that you would send this individual for training, and that training costs about $12,000. The Singapore government would pay 96% of that, so it's almost free. Then, for every month that you hire this individual, you get $2,000 a month for 6 months. So effectively, your first year cost almost half paid by the government. So I was able to do that because partly I also own an education business. So I put the VC and education business together. So we are the only VC in the market that really go into huge amount of investment in training. That's why we have a program that we look at training up to about 500 people in the next 3 years. So our strategy is that build up that talent ecosystem within this region so that our startup can benefit, and based on this ecosystem, we see good opportunity that surface out the ecosystem as well. Thank you.